Edelson Flores Polidario from San Isidro, Lubao, Pampanga would like to know whether he has the right to inherit the land of his grandparents who are now both deceased. According to Edel, his grandparents' land is not covered by a title. His grandparents' possession of the property was by virtue of a right granted by the government. As far as he knows, most people in their place possess their lands by virtue of a government grant. There were 3 of them who grew grandparents, namely Mila and Jose, who are both married with grandchildren, and Edel, who remains single and is the youngest among the siblings. The land was divided among the 3 of them while their grandparents were still alive. The portion being occupied by Mila was already given by the latter to her own child. The land occupied by Jose was sold by the latter to Mila's child. Meanwhile, Edel did not give up his portion and built his own house thereon. According to him, he was the one who took care of his grandparents until they passed away. Edel wants to know whether he can sell the property he is possessing. According to Edel, his cousins are preventing him from selling the house and lot, and he wants to know whether his cousins have any right or interest over the property. Edel, you did not specify the type of government grant that was given to your grandparents. Remember that land grants acquired from the government may be by public grant or by operation of law or from private transactions or contracts involving private lands. If it was a public grant, you did not state whether it was a land patent that is either homestead, sales, or free patents, or conferred upon special laws or under special laws. Was it a title granted under the agrarian reform laws? These are all crucial questions that need to be answered by you, because the nature of such grant will tell you whether your grandparents may dispose of such lands subject of a grant. Granting that the property left by your grandparents were not subject of any government lands and instead owned by them in their personal and private capacity, there are again several factors that you need to consider before claiming ownership over your grandparents' property. In the Civil Code of the Philippines, there is a hierarchy among heirs. The primary heirs are the compulsory heirs in the direct line. These are the legitimate children and descendants with respect to their legitimate parents or ascendants. Second, legitimate parents of ascendants. And third, illegitimate children. And fourth, the father or mother of the illegitimate children. You failed to mention whether your grandparents are still your grandparents still have living children, as they are the ones who should first be concerned regarding any inheritance from them. It is only in the absence of your parents that your generation has any interest or right to inherit in their place. Should your parents still be alive, according to Section 1 of Rule 74 of the Rules on Special Procedure, if the decedent left no will and no debts, and the heirs are all of age, the parties may, without securing letters of administration, divide the estate among themselves as they see fit by means of a public instrument filed in the office of the Register of Deeds. And should they disagree, they may do so in an ordinary action of partition. Be reminded that is based solely on the information you provided us, and it may change depending on any additional information. You are free to consult a lawyer of your choice regarding your legal concerns. Email us at ptv4newscenter@gmail.com. Attorney J.J. Jimeno, Atienza, for the Rule of Law.